Thanks for staying with us here on the Bulletin. And of course, it's time for sports. Let's go into our first story now. And the Chief Executive Officer of Databank, Kojo Adai-Mensah, who is also a seasoned football pundit, wants government support for sports in the country, especially football. According to him, though there is no data backing the contribution of football to the economy, he reckons the sector provides at least 5% to
data backing the contribution of football to the Ghanaian economy, but Kojo Adai-Mensah believes it wouldn't be less than 5%.
To start documenting the data that is available. You see, the thing is that the data is available, but it's all over the place and it's not in an organized manner. So it is time for us to actually sit down and calculate. Anecdotally, we can figure out about how much it is contributing to the economy if you can average, you can average salaries, you can average the taxes that come out of the salaries, you can average attendance, stadium attendance, and how much money is flowing through that, and do extrapolate it, and then see what at the end of one season the contribution. I can't give you exactly how much sports or football specifically will contribute, but on top of my head and anecdotally, I won't be surprised if it hovers around 5%. It's possible.
The GFA in April made a proposal for government to extend its stimulus package to small and medium-scale enterprises. Government indicated sports was not factored in the conversation when the decision was made to set aside the package for businesses impacted by the Covid-19 pandemic. But the Chief Executive Officer of Databank tells Joy Sports it is sacrosanct football benefits from the money set aside to resuscitate businesses.
The FA have to attempt to get some stimulus package for the clubs. I agree that they have to go in for some package one way or the other, and not only to the government, but to CAF and to FIFA as well. Because I think CAF and FIFA are all thinking about this and the impact it has. And you know, football is a grassroots game. And the most vulnerable people are in the grassroots. So if something is not done to figure out how we can bring this game back and get people involved and get monies flowing through again, I think it's going to be a big problem for us. We have to bring sports back.
He also advised the Ghana Football Association to find alternative ways of ensuring that football is resumed.
Cancelling is a temporary situation, but that means it will have to come back. So it's not about whether we've cancelled it or not. Because whether you've cancelled or not right now, we are not playing. You get the point. So the question is not about cancelling. I don't know why people are fixated. You cancel and so what? The club still exists. The players still exist. Training still goes on. Everything is still going on. So I don't think that cancellation, you cancel, then after that what? We have to sit down and start asking ourselves, how do we play the game safely? That is the real issue. We need to sit up and say, how do we play the game safely in our environment? We don't, right now, with the structures in Europe, we don't have that infrastructure where people are now having isolated showers in the dressing room and isolated stuff. But we have to find our own homegrown solution to find a way of bringing the game back.
The GFA last week met with the government COVID-19 team and tabled proposals on how football could be resumed. For Joy Sports, I am Muftau Nabila Abdullahi.
All right, so we're still here live on JoyNews today, and we're still bringing you some sports stories. We're throwing the focus on, something major happening later today. Of course, in the German Bundesliga, there is a game that is seen as the big title decider. And of course, it'll be live on Star Times as well. They are our partner for live commentary on Joy 99.7 FM. And so I'll go over live to speak to Eli Kondo of Star Times. Eli, good to have you here today. The German Bundesliga surely has shown the way regarding how we can all get back to our football and get everything going. Tell me about how much craze there is around the world over this big fixture. All right, Ellie, can you take off the earpiece from your phone so we could hear you? All right, unfortunately, we couldn't get the best of the sound, but we're surely going to bring that later on in other bulletins as we build up to the big game. Remember, it's the big game between the two leading sides in the German Bundesliga. It's match day 28, and it's the leaders, Bayern Munich, going up against Borussia Dortmund. There'll be live commentary on Joy 99.7 FM, and StarTime's our partners for this very big one. All right, so that's it for sport for Joy News today. More stories continue right here, and we'll bring you a special edition of Sports Today at 2 p.m. And so you'd have to stay tuned for that. Okay, so that's how we wrap it up. And my name is Nathaniel Atto, and I have love for sport.